Hola, buenos días. Soy Nico. And today we are here to start off another wonderful week's worth of content with my fifth time trying to do this video. Nico! New York is loud as shit for no reason. Like they just honk to honk, but we move. So, today, before we get started, we're going to do the normal spiel. If you like this kind of content, make sure to follow me on patreon.com for exclusive videos, early access to YouTube videos, and to be a part of the multi-panel live stream where we discuss different topics based on the week. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely tune in. But now let's get into the actual story. Actually, no. Also, no, I'm actually hosting an event tomorrow. I'll send it over to Admiral Nico. Hey, it's editing/Admiral Nico, and I just want to let you guys know I'm hosting a party in Harlem tomorrow. So if you like good throwback music, fine men, and good drinks with good food, come meet me at the Harlem brunch spot. I remember when I first went there for my speed dating event, I actually went inside and went, oh my God, this is a vibe. I love the music. And the person that was hosting the Throwback Thursday event basically vibed with me and asked if I wanted to host the party. So if you like divas ranging from Mariah Carey to Whitney Houston to Beyonce to, I don't want to only include divas, but I don't know the female, like the male version equivalent of a hustler. A hustler. Beyonce literally spelled it out. You know, the diva is the female version of a hustler. Anyway, if you like throwback music, good food, good drinks, and fine men, and you live in Harlem, meet me at the brunch spot in Harlem from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and we can turn up and have a good funky time. Because there's no cover. No cover, no cover, no cover, no cover. Nico, I'm from Texas where covers aren't normal, so let me just give you the heads up. No cover. Just come and have fun. Boop. All right, so it is time to get started with the actual video. Today we are here to discuss how college trade robbed me blind. Jules and Ty. Nico, I had to sit back and get all the information on this, and as per usual, I do feel sorry for the victim involved, but there's a lot more that needs to be added to the conversation before you give a blanket statement of, oh my God, baby, I'm so sorry for you. So, basically Jules, I'm going to say his name is Jules because it's like orange something Jules, who is between 40 to 45, began to date a college student. In this time, the college student began to live at Jules's house. Now, how long were he and this college student talking before he moved in? I can't tell you. But the guy allegedly, within the first week of meeting, began to stay at his home. Jules saw no issue with Ty staying at his home as a college student, even though he had no classes, because Ty said, oh, I have no classes for this week. And then the second week, oh, it's the end of the semester. And then from there, he just never brought up college again and just allowed this young teenager to stay at his home, where he then began to provide him with housing, food, and clothing, allegedly. And for some reason, after Jules had been so giving, had been so kind, while allegedly not knowing anything about this person, Ty stole his Mercedes C300 and drove it to St. Louis, where he has a rumored past of scamming and also stealing in that area. Now, how does Jules know this, you might ask? Because he hired a private investigator. But the private investigator came back with a lot more information than Jules could have foreseen. So apparently, Ty had lied about his entire past. He was never a student at Morehouse. He was never in college to begin with. He was actually a foster kid with a repeat history of stealing and scamming and has a probation officer. Jules only found that out once he hired the private investigator to find out who was really living in his home. And that's where I'm going to pause it, and then we'll resume, because I don't understand how you let a complete stranger, even if it is a teenager at 45, move into your home and know nothing about their past, and you don't actually ask any questions and you kind of just run with it. That doesn't make sense to me, especially because from what you're saying, the private investigator found out, that's some clear-cut information you would have seen up front. He moves into your home as a college student and immediately stops having to do anything with college. He has a probation officer who I'm assuming he still had to meet up with, or else he would have been locked up. So either you're withholding that you knew some information, or you just went in completely blind because he said he has a good heart and he didn't deserve this. Okay, boom. Now that we've gotten that out the way, more people are beginning to come forward basically saying, I don't trust this, I'm not going to say the word, PDF file, because this isn't even the first teenager that he's putting on blast. He essentially targets people half his age, whether that be a teenager or early 20s, to then date, use for content, and then expose once they fall out on social media, and this isn't his first time. I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. I'm going to assume that that statement is true, and for the sole fact that you let a complete stranger, 18 to 19 years old, move into your home, where you then begin to provide him with housing, food, financial security, etc., and you're mad that he robbed you blind. And my question in these scenarios is, when older parties target teenagers, when older parties target 20-year-olds, and suddenly they're like, oh, they're gold diggers, oh, they scammers, they steal, all they want is your money, all they want is this, what happened to real love? Date someone your age. Nico, if all you are offering someone in their 20s, because he said the college student, Ty, would constantly say, oh, none of the people in my DMs are my type, and he then added on because they didn't have any money for him to take or steal from. So you admit that this was a financial agreement. You admit that you were keeping this boy up, you were paying for his food, you was paying for the roof over y'all head because you wanted to date someone that was young and inexperienced. I feel sorry that your car got stolen. Because if he simply ran up a bag, that's one thing. He stole your car. I feel sorry about that, because no one deserves to have their property stolen. But I'm so beyond the conversation of older parties targeting young teenagers and or 20-somethings and then being like, oh my God, how could you use me for my money, when all you were offering to provide them is money? Because all he said in that tweet was, yeah, he was laid up under me, sucking dick, eating ass, and eating my food under my roof. It's like, so you admit it. You knew what this was. This boy is exchanging sexual services with you for financial security. So the fact that he ran away with my car after he was done with me, I'm not surprised. Like, what do y'all think the end game is with keeping someone on your arm by a financial leash? Like, where do you think that's going to lead to if they are not genuinely interested in you? But with all the information at hand, I'll leave the conversation up to y'all. How do y'all feel about this situation where allegedly Jules took in a teenager who he knew nothing about, who he asked no deeper questions about, who he then began to financially support in exchange for sexual services, getting his car stolen by this teenager who allegedly had a dark past because he didn't ask no questions? And once again, I'm not trying to victim blame, but I'm just sitting here like, as a 40-something-year-old grown adult, you ask no questions about this stranger that you're inviting into your home as a teenager, so you should know something is wrong if they immediately stop going to college and then suddenly, oh no, they stole from me. It's a teenager. What did you think this was? Like, what could you have possibly thought this was? But once again, all the information is in your hands, and I will leave the conversation up to y'all, because I don't necessarily feel sorry for Jules. Once again, I feel sorry that your car got stolen, but you getting a teenager to be in a romantic/sexual relationship with you because you're financially supporting them, this is pretty much up that alley. I'm not surprised. Let me say it that way. I feel sorry your car got stolen, but I'm not surprised. And you kind of asked for it by asking zero questions about this stranger that you invited into your home. But once again, I'll leave the conversation up to y'all, and I will see you guys next time. And now for a brief yet sincere shout out to this week's Third Eye Tier subscribers, Eric R. and Kiana R. Your continued support is greatly appreciated, and thank you once again to everyone who supports the channel. And unfortunately, this week's live stream will be canceled because I will be hosting the Throwback Thursday event. But if that sounds interesting to you and you live in the Harlem area, I will see you guys there.